Twitter has a pretty good format for displaying its pictures. I still appreciate how well Twitter integrates these pictures. Twice the adventure. Are you seriously considering multi-boxing Daggerfall? I mean, if we get I'm just thinking of multi-boxing OpenMW or Test 3MP now, and having a bunch of people who look like Fargoth running. This is our Argonian, Whispers in Shadow. Primary is Archery, Short Blade, Critical Strike. They all use Agility. This is good. I'm going to sneeze soon. We've got, for our major skills, Lockpicking, Pickpocket, and Streetwise. I'm really working on Pickpocket. But Lockpicking is also required to break into places without having to bash down the door, which causes a barrage of halts. Stealth, Mercantile are kind of skills that are passively going up. Stealth goes up all the time. Mercantile goes up as I buy and sell things, which I do all the time. I buy bandages constantly. Mysticism is for teleportation. Thaumaturgy is for levitation. And Illusion is just kind of tacked on for our build, I guess. Well, point is, more than anything, we're going to go check out the Hold of Morton a bit. Just a bit. Was there a quest that I am on? No quest, so we just kind of wandered here at some point. Oh, yes, we've definitely been here. Well, in that case, I think it's time we leave, because we're not on a quest, so what is the point in being here? Yes. Good. Now then, it will expose us to the great outdoors. You will see. Alright, so this area looks like a fort. There's really nothing of value here right now. How did we discover this location? Ah, it's in Yacal, and we came back here to check it out, and it turned out to be of no real significance. So we're actually going to head into the Hills region next, which means we're going to Warwick. So our long journey to Daggerfall continues. We actually started over at Sentinel, and we've made our way across the various regions, all the way up and around, and now we're in Yacal. We're going to head down through the hills, go to Glen Point, and we're probably going to settle in Tulun for a while before finally breaking into Daggerfall. But, yeah, step one, let's get to Warburg. Warborough? No? Doesn't matter. We're going to the war place. God, Yacal looks terrible with all its half-dead trees and rocks and animal skeletons. I don't know what's with the design of this particular place when the Daggerfall region looks great. And so does Sentinel as a desert. Like, there's just so many areas with pretty quality... Oh, we got bandits. Forgot that Yacal was filled with bandits. So, there we go. Spooky vampire land. Oh, boy. Doesn't matter too much. Let's introduce him to a little thing called Short Sword. Hello. Okay, we got two more of these guys. Looks like we're right next to the city. In fact, I can see it in the distance to the right. You can see the... it's straight ahead on the right side. Yes. So, this'll do. Acrobat's dead. Let's get this guy. Good. Grab these corpses. Specifically the Daedra Heart and the Elven. I will grab the reversible tunic. I wonder what the reversible tunic looks like. Let's have a look right now, actually. So we'll put on the reversible tunic, and then we'll reverse it. Wow. No wonder it's reversible. That's pretty terrible. Okay. So, steel there. Steel mace, yes. Gonna sell all the steel we're picking up. Oh, Dwarven Greaves! Upgrade from the Elven Greaves. Hell yeah. Piss Yellow Argonian. I prefer to call him a Golden Argonian, actually. Piss Yellow, just like I said. Wait a second. I'm going right by a city. And it's nighttime. Let's go into Tam Castle, please. Thank you. Let me reverse my tunic when you end up in a party. Oh, boy. Okay. We're here in Tam Castle. It's getting late. Looks like the peasants have all gone home, but the gates haven't closed. The gates seem inconsistent with their closing. Kind of interesting. Alright, the Crimson Wolf, the Silver Jug, the Thirsty Dragon, and the Devil's Hedgehog. Well, I don't think anyone wants to go to the Devil's Hedgehog, but the Crimson Wolf, on the other hand, just what I need to see. Star Wolf. Let's take care of these guys first. We're gonna go take a nap in here. And actually, before we take a nap here in the Crimson Wolf, let's see. There should be a market square. Good. We can buy a few things in the market square, unless, of course, we have my mercantile. No, mercantile is clear to raise, so that's good. Yes. A silly man wearing a Ronald McDonald outfit defeats hordes of bandits. You try to report this to the guards. As a dragon gets felled by a guy wearing a checkered shirt. I swear! He was wearing a checkered shirt! And he slew the dragon single-handedly! Alright. What else we got here? Yeah, we're gonna just get rid of everything that isn't mithril. Yeah, we got these. Oh god, all of these are battered and used. Luckily, this Wakizashi's in good condition, but damn. Yeah, goodbye, Dwarven gear. We're going to stay in Tam Castle for a bit, I think. Oh boy. Reverse the tunic when we mean business. Yes. Alright, we're going into the finest merchandise. I like how it's called the finest merchandise, but it's a middling quality store based on the message that pops up. Yeah, the amount of money you get when you sell to these places is based on their quality. So, the message that popped up said the finest merchandise place was just middling quality. That's great. That's great. Oh boy. So, let's figure out. There should be. Is that a gym shop or a book? That's a bookshop. That's a gym shop. That's another arsenal, and there's a bargain gear store over here. So bargain gear, here we go. What quality is this? Practical, straightforward manner. So middling quality again. I think this whole town is just middling quality. But we're buying bandages. Wonder why my mercantile skill goes up. It's because I buy arrows and bandages every time I come across a shop. Now, let's figure out what we're going to do here. What Marwin's shop money is governed by? Oh, the NPC themselves have a have an amount. That's literally it. Trying to find a pawn shop. There's a book dealer here. We'll go check all the areas. We got time before we have to be in bed. Pawn shop, pawn shop. Huh. The bank is closed. Of course it is. Banks open late and close early. And this area has like 4 bookstores so far. Interesting though, because NPCs have a ton of classes, one of which might be pauper, for instance, which means they're like low quality peasant, things like that. Morrowind has all kinds of different classes for NPCs that govern their behavior, which you wouldn't think, because for the most part they stand around and do nothing. However, there are actual AI sets that are based entirely on what class they are. Spot a bandage. Pawn shops usually have 2 extra places. Spot another bandage. And up here. Yep, spot another bandage. Very good, very good. Again, it's practice for our mercantile skill, and it helps us when we need bandages. So. Let's see here. Now. Let's see here. Short shirt. Yeah, we'll get rid of the holy can. Actually, keep the lantern. Get rid of the holy candles. Get rid of the torch. Check the wagon. God. Yeah, I don't have much in the way of pawnable items. Damn shame. Damn shame. Oh well, let's get rid of this short dwarven bow, which is not that great. Everything has been gotten rid of. Got some extra bandages. Let's head on down to the Crimson Wolf to sleep for the night. I think there's an Archaeologist Guild location here. Hold on. Yeah, and it's open. I don't have the skills to really advance there. Is there a there's a Thieves Guild. Okay, so change of plans. Let's go to the Thieves Guild. Train ourselves in some whatchamacallit. And move my mic stand around a little. Hold on. There we go. I need to be able to more comfortably roll my chair without the mic stand feet getting in the way of something. It's a very shabby setup, just a couple $100 worth, not counting the computer itself. Alright, let's go this way. Yeah, the entire thing, you know, screen, lights, 2 cameras, microphone, all of it is together is really, really cheap. Be surprised people go, well, I could never afford that. Well, assuming you have the space, like a spare room, it's actually ridiculously cheap to get a setup of middling quality. We were talking about middling quality a lot these days. Anyway, pig time. Hey, pig. Let's hippity hop on in here. Right. The pig is the guardian to the Thieves Guild. There are other Thieves Guilds which don't look quite the same, but... Oh wow, this arrowhead confused me for a second. We need a mod for fletchery, come to think of it. Oh, dwarven longbow. Another one. That goes right in the wagon. Holy crap. What I was gonna say was... yeah, we need a mod for fletchery, so we can have different quality arrows and stuff. Alright. I just imagine getting a Daedra heart and creating, like, Daedric blood arrows or something like that. Have to be a ritual for those, though. Anyway, training, please. Thank you. Give me pickpocket skill. Yes. What time is it now? 22. Good, good. Yeah, thankfully I am not wearing the reversible tunic. I'm wearing my golden armor. But golden armor and red skirt. And you may be wondering, why a red skirt? Well, that red skirt. Behold the power. What did it do? I didn't even know what it did. It did something. Oh, it's candlelight. It's a luminous skirt. There we go. So, what's the affiliations tab? I'm in the Fighters Guild. I'm a defender, 54. In the Thieves Guild, I'm a robber, 45. In the Archaeologist Guild, I'm a field assistant at 40. Keeping in mind that the reputation does not directly translate into the actual rank. You need, in addition to reputation, you need to have appropriate skills. That's why I'm still a field assistant in the Archaeologist Guild, because I don't actually know any languages. So, I will eventually have to train in languages. Looks like I can just sleep here for the night. Although, sleeping in the Fighters Guild isn't a great thing, because I won't be able to buy a meal in the morning, and that is a terrible idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to this man here about repairing our stuff. We've got a, we've got a slightly used wakizashi, and we've got a new wakizashi, so these are good. But in our wagon, on the other hand, we got a dagger and 2 tontos, and those are damaged. I'm going to take the dagger back and put it here. So it looks like we can get a dagger and tonto repaired in 1 day, and the second tonto repaired in 2 days. And I think that's absolutely fine. And that means we'll still have the wakizashi, and yeah, we'll still have the 2 wakizashis on us right now. So we'll get all that stuff repaired right now. Yes, exactly. You just lift up your skirt and a blinding light comes out. Yeah, I mean, it's a flash of light one way or the other. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's go to the Crimson Wolf so we can get a meal in the morning. Staying in the Fighters Guild means you don't have meals, which means you got faster degradation of your stamina. So what we do is we talk to this man here, get a room for the night, please, thank you. Then, not here. Not there. But rather over here. So, we are going to use stamina. Very good. Now, our pickpocket skill improved. Damn right it did. It's not morning yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to cast Levitate once, twice, rest, and that should get us to morning. Okay, it's 7:40 in the morning, so we're clear to go do a few things. Close that door. They need their privacy and all. Alright, talk to this bastard here. Get a stew, which we're invigorated by. It fights stamina decay over the course of the day. It's a lovely mod, by the way. Alright. So, what we need to do now is check out the rest of the stores, I suppose. We've got a day to kill before our first set of mithril items are back. I guess we could probably just take on a quest at this point. There's a palace, right? The palace opens at 11. We could take on a quest for the noble lord. Or we could see about a peasant quest. Let's ask the peasants. I'll be blunt about it. Try to get my streetwise skill up. Hi there. Put me wise on gainful employment. Or, greetings. Talk to me about employment. Or polite. Salutations, appraise me on the situation with gainful employment. Yeah, let's go with the blunt one. Ahoy. An Argonian who actually wants to work? Amazing! Holy crap. Okay. The Crimson Dagger. So tell me where the Crimson Dagger is, please. Taverns. Crimson Wolf. Crimson Dagger. Northeast? Okay. So it's up here. Got it. So we can find work at the Crimson Dagger. Ooh. Oh, the mug? My wife got this mug for me at the Excalibur Hotel in Vegas. Yep. All right. What have we got here? Yeah, Shadowrun. The color is always off. We try to correct it a little bit, but for the most part, it will never be correct. Now, the odd book dealer, Crimson Dagger's up here. So we should be able to get work up there. We talk to the peasantry enough. Alright. Pez. 0. So, there should be a peasant somewhere around here. Looks like you. Hello, sir. I despise your kind. Just go away. Really? Well. Excuse me. Masterson is my name. I don't know how I feel about you, but I do need a favor. My sister's having a birthday next month. I could really use some ginkgo leaves. Yeah, I'll find some ginkgo leaves. So, go to Lady Prain's Wares and find, Hartsley has the specific ginkgo leaves I need. So, very specific ginkgo leaves, not just any ginkgo leaves. Got it. So that's it. I just need to go to, Prain's Wares. Let's ask the peasants where that is. So, where else? Be general stores, I assume? Yep. Prain's Wares. Oh, there it is. You marked on my map. Very good. So, it's south. And... there it is, way down there next to the Mages Guild. Explains why I didn't remember where it was. Totally out of the way, hole in the wall. They're gonna make some energy drinks? I don't know what they're gonna make with those ginkgo leaves. Remember, alchemy's a thing. So it might be a deadly toxin for her birthday. You wanted to get rid of your enemies? Here's a deadly toxin. Just slip it into her tea. Alright. The gift of ridding you of your enemies is truly a birthday gift to be... yeah. Potion remove eyebrows. Oh boy. I don't know, removing eyebrows can be very good for negotiations. If you don't have a good poker face. Hello, sir. Yes, the ginkgo leaves, 20 gold pieces. Thanks for stopping by. Excellent. While I'm here, let's have a look at the local inventory. Which looks like garbage. Really looks like garbage. And is confirmed to be garbage. It's a shame CBS would copyright claim my video, or I would be like, I'd immediately play the Enterprise shouldn't be hauling garbage. It should be hauled away as garbage. When the Klingon says that, that's like one of the best scenes in all of Star Trek. Alright, let's go back up to the Crimson Dagger and turn it in. What'd you expect from a peasant level store? Exactly. Damn peasants. Alright. I'm doing alright. A little bit on the headache side, but, you know. Pain is life at times. Alright. We're gonna grab this here. Hello, sir. Yeah, you're carrying the ginkgo leaves. I absolutely give it to him. Very good. Here's the gold I promised. Perfect. So we need to raise our peasant reputation some more. Do you have a peasant quest for me? Let's double check. Save. Hello, miss. Work by chance? Perfect for a job Mr. Yomhouse needs. You'll find him in the vintage... okay, so basically bookstore in Ethereum. Oh, goodness. Oof. I'm not exposed to anyone who could be infected, nor is my wife, nor my in-laws. We aren't really going anywhere. We got someone with a severe cough, however, that particular person is fighting a bronchial infection, which is completely different to the current crisis. So, now let's see here. We got I'm trying to figure out Knave and Rascal. Let's see. You're checking my map here. Vintage down here. That's probably not the place at all. No, it definitely isn't. Bookstores don't even open yet. Really? Contemplating what I can do then, because I can't even buy the, or get the job yet. On that case, let's pick up a local rat killing quest for the Fighters Guild. How about that? Just to pass some time. It's gonna be a long day today. Not really gonna spend it traveling, I'm gonna spend it in town. So yeah, local rat killing quest. Take us back to our roots. Yep. The Fighters Guild is gonna offer me a bunch of jobs, and I'm gonna say, no, wait, the Fighters Guild opens at 11. Jeez, well, we can't even do that then. Well, let's go over to the Mages Guild and get our magical gear identified. How about that? That's something we can use to spend our time. Like, everything opens around from 9 to 11, so... like, doing a rat killing quest isn't on the table right now, unfortunately. The Mages Guild opens at 11 as well. I know the Palace opens at 11. We might as well check out the last 4 stores then, and get those marked on our map. We can do that at least. We're gonna be spending a couple days in this town, so... Very good. Well, Goblin Slayer is painfully generic, but well executed. And that's what makes it interesting. The problem with Goblin Slayer is that it devolves into a harem show later, and that's bad. Or not a show, but a novel series. It devolves into a harem novel series later, which is bad. But the actual cartoon Goblin Slayer is much better than the source material. As in, the director looked at some serious problems with the structuring and reordered a bunch of scenes from the original novel, so that they happen in a way that is entertaining and makes sense in one cohesive story. Yes. You mean Goblin Slayer gets a personality? No. He just gets girls. Alright. Did you finish Doom? I beat Doom Eternal on the Ultra Violence difficulty. I'll be picking it up on Nightmare in order to do a 100% run. Either later today, or I'll be playing more Metroid Prime. I haven't decided yet. Yes. Okay. Radio. On the anime, the people who gather around him, yeah, are semi-interesting, actually. It just kind of devolves. Monster Hunter? Not really a fan of the series, but Monster Hunter World's cooking cats are perhaps one of the best things ever created. Let's just sell these boots. Get them out of my inventory. Review for Doom? It's incredibly stupid, but it's also extremely fun if you're willing to buy into all of its conceits. It is the most fun I've had since Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And I would rate it right alongside Bloodstained for the amount of fun I had. So that tells you something. But yeah, these days everyone's working from home. So, at least everyone in the family. Oh boy. Guess we're going to head on over to what time is it anyway? Oh, the store's open now. So we successfully wasted enough time to get the vintage bookstore open. Yes. There are moments in Goblin Slayer that remind you of Record of Lotus War. Yes, but most of that is, again, the director changing things. There's some unnecessary stuff which was removed. Like a second rape scene. I'm serious. Goblin Slayer is infamous for its episode 1 rape scene. Which is... it's mandatory to understand why you're supposed to hate the goblins as much as you do when Goblin Slayer brutalizes the crap out of them. You know, in order to have a hero brutalizing enemies smaller than himself, you have to have a reason to not be completely disgusted by the fact that he's doing that. And so that's why they established the gratuitous rape scene in the beginning of Goblin Slayer. It's because they're establishing that these goblins are terrible and need to be purged from the earth. And thus you don't feel bad as he's completely, like murdering baby goblins, basically. Because they're going to grow up to become creatures just like their parents, basically. So, but the thing is, the source material had a couple more rape scenes, and the director cut that out completely. Just made them more references. They said, like she explains how she's no longer pure, basically. She's no longer a maiden. Like they will make references to it, whereas in the source material they just flat out went into detail with it, which wasn't necessary. The director knew it wasn't necessary. Honestly, the Goblin Slayer director made a superior product over the source material. That is to say, the cartoon is better than the novel. And people go, but it's violating the original creators. It's better. Alright. Let's go find the... There's no other peasant in here? I guess this is the guy who has the quest for me. Let's save the game. Yes. Hello, sir. Whoa! That face, though. Yes. Yep. Let's see here. Anyway. Let's ask for work then. I can't think of any work available for an Argonian like you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. I've obviously missed something. This is the actual place I need to go. I found it. I was in the wrong store, but it's the same type of store, so it opens at the same time of day. Yes. There we go. Looking for a very special book, one not available in any store. Not for any price less than astronomical. Recently, I've heard a copy surfaced in a dungeon. Will you accept this quest? 14 gold pieces now, and another 549 when you return. Sure, let's do it. 19 days. Fortress of Hawkford. Okay. A dubious tale of the Crystal Tower. Really? I was given the 14. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our Mark of Recall to set an anchor point here. We're gonna go over to that fortress now. I'm actually gonna save it as Pez 1 because I don't want to be in a situation where I regret this quest and not be able to get back to before I took it. You'd be surprised. There are many situations where you definitely want to do that in this game. You want to make a save before and after you accept a quest. So we're going to head on out of town, and then we're going to go over to the fortress. Actually, let's stop by the Pagan Castle and see about getting a meal, just in case we can fight our stamina. We may not be hungry yet, but we'll give it a try anyway. Hello, sir. Give me food. Oh, I'm not hungry. Okay, so looks like I won't be able to have another meal yet, but that's fine. It just means that despite all the running around I've done, I haven't really lost that much stamina. And I have magic to really do that. So, yep. What's the quest? Retrieve a book from a fortress, pretty much. So, let's see here. Looks like it's the Fortress Hawkford, which is a 4-day journey, supposedly. We'll get there in probably 1.5 or 2 days, I imagine. We're pretty quick. We're pretty quick. However, if we decide to stop off at a few towns, we'll probably take a little longer. So it depends. I do definitely want to raise some skills, and we'll probably do that along the way. So now that we've passed that place, we're clear to travel. Let's see what's in the way, though. So the fortress is down here. I am up here. Let's go to the capital of Yacal, 15 hours away. So if we go to the capital, we can, number 1, get a place to rest. Number 2, get a place to buy some more items. And we have to remember to come back to the Fighters Guild in this town, Tam Castle, in order to get our stuff repaired, but that's not a big deal. So, anyway, Goblin Slayer not only cut out a couple gratuitous scenes which weren't necessary, but they also went ahead and they reordered some things. And artificially placed the fight against the Goblin King at the end when it was supposed to take place in a different spot. And that's how they created tension where there really wasn't any in the source material. Like, there wasn't this build-up of, oh, we're going to fight the Goblin King now. That happened earlier in the story. But the director knew what he was doing and basically chopped up the source material and reordered the scenes to create a climax where none existed. And the series is better for it. Anyway, we just came across a general store as we were running by, so we're really quick diving in here. It's just a small village out in the middle of nowhere. Get some arrows. Arrows don't have functional weight. Technically, these weigh 144 pounds total. However, kilograms, sorry. However, they don't count to the player's weight, so like they don't actually have functional weight, which is interesting. And it just means that I will buy arrows whenever I come across them. Now, bandages, on the other hand, those have weight, so we occasionally stuff more bandages in our wagon, which we're gonna stuff 20 in now. But we'll look over here. I have 150 bandages in my wagon, so that is a reliable healing source. When I say reliable, I mean it takes... it's based on your medical skill, so actually my bandages aren't very good. But still, it doesn't cost you any stamina. It doesn't cost you any magicka. It's just extra healing, as long as you keep it on your self in order to spend them. Alright, let's continue on to the capital of Yacal. Good, good, good. Yep. Yeah. Now, hostile encounter, avoid. Failed to avoid. What have we got? Oh, it's Centaur. I got this. I'm confident in my ability to kill centaurs now. Because I've trained... Oh, Elven Greaves, Silver Helm, Steel Flail. Yeah, this is good stuff. We can make a go of selling this stuff in Yacal. I'm happy about that. Centaurs go down a lot faster. Well, they actually are taking the same amount of damage they were before. However, I have a +3 modifier to my my hits now that I didn't have before. That's what's going on here. So I'm very happy about that. Strength is... Let's see, that's hand-to-hand weapon damage. What was it? Speed? Yeah, I need more speed for sure. Also looking at endurance. But it's okay. Yeah, it's mostly the agility being so high that is contributing to my hit chance. But keep in mind something. Also, archery, short blade, and critical strike are all being governed by agility. So when I'm pumping agility, I'm doing it for my primary skills, which I made sure were all agility based. Agility also factors your chance to hit, so I chose agility weapons knowing that I was going to be pumping agility. Okay, screw this. We're not fighting Spriggans. Spriggan and their army of tigers. No, 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 no. There's no profit in it. I need a mod that lets me skin the tigers and sell their pelts in town. If you do that, I'll kill all the tigers. Oh, and we could kill the Spriggans and get wood from their corpses, and then use that to fletch new arrows. Using that fletching mod I was talking about that doesn't exist. Yeah, well, unfortunately, you really weren't expected to be fighting, or wandering through the wilderness, really. Tigers were supposed to be dungeon fodder in the vanilla game. Remember, in the vanilla game, the wilderness existed, but other than discovering new locations, which was very difficult, if not impossible, because there was a wall of fog in front of you, it was... You were expected to fast travel from location to location.
So even though the world is huge, you can select anywhere you know about on the map and instantly fast travel there. This gets you right to the fun. Fast travel. Fast...
So yeah. Let's see here. Very good. Said Wayward Realms should put a greater emphasis on wilderness travel. Interesting. I think we're coming by a place right now. Hold on. I think this is a farmstead. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it's a farmstead, all right. But, yeah, I honestly don't think too much is required about wilderness travel other than, number one, your ability to navigate through it quickly. Number two, your ability to stop at a decent point. Hold on, let me really quick use stamina spell here. Okay. So let's go over here. We're probably going to fail this and have to run away, but it's okay. No, the harvestable crops mod isn't working. I'll have to poke at that later. Oh well, I'm just gonna try pickpocketing this guy. Here we go. I was not successful. Running away. Halt, 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 halt. Okay. So it looks like we got a few folks, a few guards after us. It's fine, though. We're leaving. We're running away. Oh, God. We are really running away. Don't let that guard reach me or my regional reputation will be damaged. I'm a common citizen here still. I don't want the peasantry to hate me. So, we're running. We're running. We're going to become a master thief and then we'll go on another thieving spree. We got to get our pickpocketing up past 40%, and then we'll feel a little more confident. So, for now, again, we're in Yacal right now. We're working our way eventually toward this dungeon where we're getting a rare book for a man. Meanwhile, we've got our spare weapons getting repaired in Tam Castle. So, meanwhile, we're actually headed directly to the capital of Yacal. Let's see, Horwich. God, it's so, at Chesterborough, let's see, yeah, Warmouth. God damn it. I'm looking at all these different locations and like, oh boy. It doesn't matter, though. We're heading to Yacal, and that's our goal right now. And once we get there, the sun will already be set by the time we get to Yacal. However, we'll rest there, sell all our stuff, and then move on to the next dungeon. Ooh, is that a temple? That looks like a wilderness shrine. Let's go check it out. There's probably an old man there who goes, "Stay a while and listen." Yep, this is a wilderness shrine, all right. The Dejan Lodge. Hello, sir. Well met, stranger. Stay a while and listen. The Isle of Belfira got the short end of the stick in some deal. Now they're out to get Sentaki. Okay. Goodbye, sir. I'm leaving. There is nothing there of relevance right now. There's some quests that'll occasionally send you to one of those places, but unless you have one of those, it doesn't really matter. Oh boy. Okay, it looks like it's getting late. Let's see. We're not going to get to Yacal really in time. It's a little ways away, but we're only 2 hours from Warwick, so we're going to dive down south and get to Warwick. I was going to say before we hit a pack of tigers. Again, there's no profit in me fighting tigers, so I'm going to run. I'm just going to get on my horse and run away from the tigers. Don't tigers run faster? Not in this game. Don't worry about it. So, we're good. We're good. We're going to keep running. You said watching this game is more enjoyable than you thought. Well, remember that this is a fundamentally different version of the game. It's heavily modded. Number one, it's in a different engine. Number two, it's got, what, 15 mods installed? Which radically change the way parts of it are played. So, it's not entirely fair to compare it to the base game. Oh, did we just encounter a dungeon? I think we just found a dungeon. We're gonna rest in the dungeon tonight? I think we're gonna rest in the dungeon tonight. Oh boy, path down into the depths. Oof. Here we go then. Alright, we've got some time. Let's check out this dungeon for a little bit. Stuff all this here, put our money away. Oops. I was gonna say. Right. Anything else? That statue weighs way too much. Don't need chameleon form. I can keep the water walking, heal true, restore power, orc strength, slow falling. Yeah, it's all fine. Put the ingredients away. We should be good to explore now. So let's take a moment. Whoops, did not mean to turn that up. Instead, we're going to save it at Pez 1. Let's go check out what's in this dungeon. Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Elevator? If this goes into water, I'm going to nope out. Okay. Ah, there it is. That is a long elevator. That is an extremely long elevator. Oh. Well, this oh, bandits. Okay. So we found a bandit fort. Fine. We'll loot them and get what we want. Hey. Okay, let's go over. Oh, there's guys on the top there. Hold on. And pinch the gold paste. That's good. Pickpocketing training. Not successful. Pretty sure. Oh, pinch 6 gold pieces. Excellent. My pickpocketing training is working pretty well. I was hoping to shoot this guy like that. Yep. Come on. Ow. That hurt a bit. It'll be fine. The Thieves Guild and bandits are in no way connected. However, the idea is that the Thieves Guild are the organized enemies, and the bandits are all their own little individualized factions that you can't join. They're technically all part of one faction, but they, the quests will separate them into, like, oh, well, you attacked this bandit fort. Okay, well, you know, they're sending an army after you, which is specific to that group. Yeah, so. Short shirt, steel bow, grab the steel bow, leather, iron, chain. I'm not grabbing iron, by the way. I'm only grabbing steel or greater quality, so. Gonna sneeze again. Oh, boy. There we go. Steel there. Arrow. And up and away we go. Here we go. Oof. Right. What's this? Oh, it's just a rag on the wall. Okay. Now, the Thieves Guild, however, keep in mind something. In, Oblivion and Skyrim, the Thieves Guild became these kind of chivalrous thieves who, you know, take from the rich, give to the poor, and they also don't kill people. In Daggerfall, they not only steal things, they smuggle drugs, and yes, there's more drugs than just skooma. There's like 7 types of drugs. They also kidnap children, extort money out of people, and they kill people who stand in the way of the guild's interests. They don't make a habit of killing people all the time, but if someone is directly opposing the guild, they'll have them killed. So they are just straight up, you know, mafia. That's how mafia works. Yeah. Yep, here we go. One more arrow, and then we'll go in for the stabby. Here we go. Good. We're trying to practice both of our archery and our short blade skills in concert with one another. The Dark Brotherhood, yes. The Dark Brotherhood worships Mephala. The Night Mother is a living person. We don't get to meet her, but she is the leading political official in the Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood are actually, they're assassins, but they actually talk about it as if it's a business. Like, when someone needs to be killed, it's a factor that needs accounting. That's what they talk about it like a business, you know. This particular person needs accounting. That's their term in Daggerfall for killing somebody. Let's see here. But yeah, the Night Mother in Daggerfall, she's never used in Daggerfall. Like, you will never meet her. You interact with her political faction a bunch, but you never actually meet her. And this is how the Night Mother's supposed to look in Daggerfall. Like, she has a fully actualized sprite and everything. She was just never placed in the game world. The Thieves Guild got turned into men in tights. Yes, they did. Yeah, there's also a group known as the Crows, who are part of the Thieves Guild, but they don't actually do anything. Every small town that has a carpenter shop also has a crow in it, and I've never had the opportunity, like, they don't do anything if you talk to them. If they give you a quest, it raises the crow reputation, and it also raises the Thieves Guild reputation, but it doesn't seem to, they don't have any services that they can do or anything. They're incomplete. Same thing for the Prostitutes faction, you know, you kind of scoff, ooh, pockets were full of leaves. So that was a Nightblade there. People go like, Prostitutes faction? Yes, there in the game files there is a prostitute faction, and you will occasionally see naked women in taverns. However, they don't actually do anything in the game world other than have their own faction. That's it. There's a lot of unused things which exist in the overall game world that, you know, go to making the world more realistic, however, are not actually used for anything. It's clear that they had a ton of ideas in this game, and that those ideas weren't fully developed. Now, that said, I'm not saying there should be actual paying for sex or anything. All I'm saying is, you know, you could get into a case where the Prostitutes Guild, for example, is being harassed by a certain client who doesn't take no for an answer. We want you to kill him for us. Or we don't want you to kill him, we just want you to beat some sense into him. You know, give him a good clunk over the head, you know? Stuff like that. Like that, they could have integrated the faction into the world with quests, and they simply didn't have the time to do it. Okay, so yeah, this is a lot of banditry. I'm actually going to work my way out of the dungeon now, and it's not because I'm scared or anything, it's because this isn't really where I need to be. And I need to rest until morning so I can continue my journey. Yes. Use prostitutes as courtesans to gain intel on nobles for quests. Well, I mean, look at the concept of sacred prostitution in ancient societies. Like, take a moment and consider that. Like, they aren't all what you'd think them to be. Yes. Like, you think of just well, a skank, you know, that's what you think of when you think of prostitution, but in reality, there's actually a rich history of what are called sexual arts, and you'd be surprised they very often became midwives and things like that as well. Oof. Yep. Like, there were certain cultures where it was a very respectable position. So. Yep. Let's see here. Alright, we're done here. We're gonna stay here, rest, but there are enemies nearby. Nope, leave, rest. Yes. Good. We are fully healed. Short blade, dodging, and jumping skills went up. Alright, it's still nighttime, but we're going to continue our journey to Warwick. And we're going to go to a local tavern there. So, yep. Hostile encounter. Let's just try to avoid. Right. Okay. We're gonna back up this way and jump. So basically, you make a joke on the YouTubes, and then you immediately bring them into the you bring it into the Twitch stream. Good work on that. Duplicate your content for double gains. That's what I'm doing. Troll. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna go this way. Medical agents. Keep going. All right. Might as well go sleep in the Lucky Huntsman. Actually, let's pick up a Thieves Guild quest. Come to think of it. Yeah. Let's pick up a Thieves Guild, not quest, but training. We're gonna train lockpicking now. We're alternating between lockpicking and pickpocketing, because you can see our pickpocketing's 34, our lockpicking's 30. We need to get both of these skills up to around 40 so that they're more useful, more reliable to me. Technically, they only become truly reliable around 60%, but right now at 30%, they have a higher chance of failing than they do succeeding. So that's not good. Oh, yes. Thieves Guild loot for me. What else we get? Steel Tonto, Ivory, Talisman, Common Symbol, and a Holy Dagger. Excellent. All right. Hello, sir. Training, please. Good. Just give me some lockpicking. Now, the Archaeologist Guild is actually on board with lockpicking. Let's see, what time is it? It's 6 a.m. So we need to dive into a tavern really quick and rest. Let's go over to Lucky Huntsman, because it's right near the city gates. We're going to be leaving the city right away. I just came here for the quick lockpicking training. Yep. You're not attacking me, are you? No, you're not. You're casual, man. Okay. Just fly casual. They won't know I'm a guy who tried to steal some stuff. Oh, boy. Yacht Life, thanks for subscribing. Alright. Hello, sir. Just need a room for a couple hours. Couple hours a night, it all costs the same, right? But not this room. Okay. Maybe up here? Really? You know what that's about, right? Okay. This small bed will do. We just need to rest for a second. Cast stamina. Very good. Wasted another hour. It's almost 9 a.m. So let's go over here. Those were flower petals all over the floor. Yes. You can't train multiple times per day. No, you choose one skill to train per day. That said, there are no limitations on how many times you can train per level. So you could get all of your skill gains via training and nothing else. Up to a certain point where you cap out. Anyway, let's go food and drinks. We're going to grab some wine. And we feel invigorated by the meal. Yes, wine counts as a meal. So we're going to turn around. There's herbs and medical agents. Nah, all the other shops are too far away. Good. Any training in Morrowind? Oh, yeah. You'll watch as days pass by. in Morrowind, and none of your quests are timed in Morrowind, so you can just sit there and train for a month, and then you'll just scratch your head and go, well, I guess I'll get back to that quest that was urgent and needed doing, like, a month ago. Alright, this should be good enough. So let's continue our journey. We are currently here in Warwick, and I'm thinking our ultimate goal is this dungeon over here, 16 hours away. I'm thinking of going to Warmoth, which is 11 hours away, and that way we can rest there and prepare for our dungeon delve. So that should be fine. Right. Someone said the Konosuba movie just got added to Crunchyroll. I'm going to type in, too bad it's pointless. Yeah, the wife and I watched it. It's pointless. Alright. Oh, wait. I'm thinking of ReZero. Never mind. Okay. Now then. Yeah. A year later, you return to being the master of guilds. Time doesn't have much meaning in Morrowind. Yep. I mean, time doesn't have much meaning in this game outside of quests. Like, the moment you pick up a quest, you're going to be dealing with things. Yep. They're basically managing time the moment you pick up a quest. And between quests, though, you have as much time as you want. However, some quests start automatically. For example, if you kill a requisite number of people in a town, the Dark Brotherhood will give you a quest to, yeah, it'll give you a quest to be the, to join them. However, if you don't take them up on that offer within the requisite time, yes, I plowed through a town. I'm in Gallowhope. Let's go over here. A couple things we can do. First, let's go check out the quality equipment store. Yeah, if you don't do it in time, you can never join them, basically. Yes, we smacked into a town, basically. It was on our course. Speaking of which, hold on. I thought I saw something. Do this again. No. I thought I saw a Wakizashi that was useful to me. And the answer is absolutely not. Yes. No, there's no time limits in Oblivion or Skyrim. In Morrowind, there's a couple kind of one-off quests where if you take too long, something will happen. Blood Moon, specifically, you can fail an entire faction forever if you don't get a certain quest done. That's the Morrowind Blood Moon expansion. And you're expected to fail it, as in, like, the game will pick one of 3 random locations to put the guy, and he won't be where he said he was. Like, wherever the quest says he is, he's actually gone somewhere else. So, and he's in one of 3 random locations. And you have to find him within the time limit, or you fail the quest. And then you're kicked out of the faction permanently. That's Morrowind. Oh boy. But that's just an expansion pack. That isn't the base game. We came in here for a thing of stew, really quick. Now I can leave. Yeah, we went into the Lion and Skull for a quick thing there. Thought you remembered failing quests in one of the games. Well, in Daggerfall, you can fail quests just by waiting too long. In Morrowind, there's only a couple quests that can be influenced by time. One is by... one will give you a different path if you wait too long. The other you can outright fail the entire faction and get kicked out. But there's really only 2 in general. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I get it. In a realistic world, NPCs wouldn't always give you the correct directions. The problem is that we're playing a video game. It's an interactive medium, and the player shouldn't feel cheated unless they have a way of deducing that they've been lied to. In other words, have another guy on the other side of the room where you talk to him and say, hey, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You need to actually go over here. You know, give the player an opportunity. Like, if the developers were just wrong and wrote the directions wrong, then that makes me sad, because it makes the game worse by doing that. However, if by chance the developers actually intended for you to get lied to, then you would ask for directions, and they would they'd say, no, that guy was completely wrong. By the way, lake bed. Yes? Lake bed. Yeah, these areas get generated into the terrain, and I always find them interesting. Like, you could put stuff in here. This area would be great for, like, a dragon fight or, like, a giant scorpion or something. I mean, when I say giant scorpion, I mean giant scorpion. Like, double the size of the normal giant scorpions, and, like, have it burrow out of the ground here and fight ya. Anyway, I'm gonna go blow my nose. Here we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to do a couple things. Ready to go. Not successful, you say. Not successful. Thief died. Thief died. More thieves. Oh boy, we got them. They're all dead. Sorry about that. I muted the microphone when I blew my nose, and it's like, okay, well, that was the thing. No, we got a couple, whatchamacallits, a couple common colds moving around here in our local collective. Nothing coronavirus, but everyone works from home, and we're all kind of, you know, our 2 or 3 family collective that interacts. We've got a common cold being passed around, so... also, one member of our family has a bronchial infection, so, you know. It's, would be bad if we got... Because the virus can double up with those conditions, so, you get a common cold and the coronavirus at the same time? Yes, it's possible. So, you know, we have to be extra careful. Alright. Elven Mace. Arrow. Point is, everyone's working from home, so our chances of coming into contact with someone with the virus is very low. However, we already have more common illnesses being passed around, and this is going to happen for a little while until... Yeah. And so people are going to see me coughing or sneezing, and they're going to be like, oh, you got the virus! No. It's not the case. The problem is that even with the common cold, you can pass it on before you show symptoms, and you can pass it on after your symptoms have mostly gone away. So, yeah. All right. Good. Now, the symptoms can range the gauntlet of an entire, like the common cold to the flu. Yep. You can have a wide range of symptoms, but yeah, you're talking about coughing and breathing. We're gonna get off this topic in a moment. I'm just gonna educate you really quick, and that's what happens is your immune system kind of goes nuts, and it will cause your own immune system to damage the lining of your lungs. And the result is that allows opportunist bacteria to come in and infect your lungs. And then you will die from the opportunist bacteria, not from the coronavirus itself. And we're moving on. So, hostile encounter, try to avoid. We successfully avoided the hostile encounter. Good, good, good. So, moving on. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the bug with having the bow in the left hand, being able to switch to the one-handed weapon. Yeah, that bug I was having earlier has been, it's been submitted and it'll be fixed in the next build. That's good. In a couple of weeks, they'll have a fix for the bug that I was encountering. Basically, the way the bug works is if you have the, because the ability to hold a one-handed weapon and a bow is based on an optional setting in the settings for this game, specifically Daggerfall Unity. If you enable that setting and you unequip the wakizashi, your bow will then do 0 damage. It's stupid, but resources man, thanks for subscribing. I was gonna say, your bow will do no damage unless you re-equip a melee weapon. Also, instead of damaging the bow, it'll damage the one-handed weapon. And you notice the bow is in new condition, has never broken. That's because all the damage is being conveyed to the wakizashi. And that bug that I'm currently dealing with will be fixed in the next version in a couple weeks, basically. The developer's kind of swamped because the developer apparently has already been doing online work, and now that everything's moved online, it's like, oh boy, you got a lot of real-life work now. Okay. Let's climb the wall here. No, I have no desire to play with anything that even resembles Frostfall from Skyrim. That was a terrible mod. I like the invigorating meals because it actually gives you a reason to use meals, and it helps fight stamina decay. It has a functional purpose within the game world other than being an inconvenience. It helps as a pacing mechanism. I like things that are a pacing mechanism for the most part, but cold and heat, environmental mods have never sat well with me, especially because I've lived in the high desert of California where it gets 110 degrees, and I've lived in, well, I currently live in an area where it snows several months of the year, and I know how you adapt to those climates, and I'm just like, fuck you. Like, I get it. For people who've never experienced extreme weather, they go ooh and ah at these mods, but I've lived through them, and I'm just like, this isn't anywhere near accurate. I don't give a shit. If you adapt, no matter what, you adapt. Anyway, Look, I get it. There are some people who absolutely love, like, climate mods and things like that, temperature mods. Good for them. But it kind of impedes the sense of adventure I get in the game when I have to constantly micromanage. I like hunger and fatigue because they act as a pacing mechanism. But anything else beyond hunger and fatigue is extra micromanagement I don't care for. See, the idea behind hunger and fatigue is that you stop and go, okay, well, maybe I want to rest here for the night. It's very simple. Very, it's on a basic level. When you start going into mods that deal with temperature and climate and calories and weather, it takes the micromanaging to a higher level to where it's no longer enjoyable for me. Pickpocket training, by the way. Pickpocket training. Yes. It goes from setting a decent pacing mechanism to other things. You said, a Path of Conan Exile, so I was thinking Path of Exile, had issues with balance of temperature micromanagement when they first added it. You still don't like it very much? Yeah, exactly. I mean, when we have mods, I can add or remove whatever I want from the game. That's pretty much it. That's the whole point of being able to mod things. So when people ask me, are you going to use this because you already have the meals mod? No, the meals mod serves a functional purpose in my game. It's so that I can travel for a while without getting stamina decay. It encourages me to go to a tavern instead of, say, sleep in the Fighters Guild. And I actually like that idea. It serves a functional purpose within the game. Something that you don't usually get. Wait, hold on. We need to cast stamina a couple times. There we go. Good. We are level 8. We need to get our agility to... Yeah, one more point, and our agility will be at what we would consider max. That is to say, you'll notice that's +3. It'll become +4 if we get 1 point in agility. So, at that point, we will very rarely miss. Yeah, I had to switch out gear to survive in certain areas. Oh, and Conan Exiles. Well, I understand the idea of we're going through a frozen area, and now we have to be careful. But I'm using tedious travel. Like, I'm zooming by things at 10 times real-world speed. I don't want to micromanage the climate and the temperature while I'm zooming by at 10 times real-world speed or higher. That just feels stupid. Anyway. Let's go over to the Thieves Guild and see if we can get an additional day of training. Pretty sure we can't, but we're going to try anyway. Yep. You said you don't understand adding food and drink mechanics to a game without a functional purpose. Yeah. I was going to say that I find fatigue is a good pacing mechanism. I also find the hunger mod. It's not even a hunger mod. It's just you can get a bonus for eating. Like, it completely recontextualizes. Instead of a debuff, it's a buff. There's a difference. And thus it becomes something positive. We can't train. We're leaving. You'll notice that in Skyrim, I will use hunger mods, but I will use the very lenient settings with them to be more of a suggestion. Like, hey, you should really rest tonight before you go into that dungeon. Hey, you should get something to eat before you resume travel. Like, it's a suggestion. It's, I could probably stave it off for another day if I really wanted to. But, I find that to be... I need to go to the end here. Hold on. I find that to be more enjoyable than, well, you're gonna die! Yes, exactly. Don't eat, sleep, now you're dead. Well, this game absolutely requires stamina as part of its base game mechanics, which is a bit crazy. Yep. exactly. Like an actual adventure on the road. A rumbling stomach isn't a threat, it's a suggestion to eat. Oh, no, no, no werewolf for me. Thank you very much. Werewolf tried to get me. Tried to get me. Oh, we're running away. It's fine. Fortress Hawkford? Yes. We ran far. That really wasn't a lot of running either. I'm kind of impressed by how little I had to run. I'm gonna go to... Twitch gave me a notification. I'm going like... Well, what you notifying me about exactly? And why should I care? It's like manage directly from your phone, please. Oh boy. Well, there we go. Mm-hmm. Right. Here we go. We just ran into Cathbury. And what the hell is this? People are like, oh boy, you should watch this stream of Doom Eternal. And I'm like, how about I not watch this stream of Doom Eternal? Let's see here. Also, Walker's doing Vermintide 2, and Mike is doing Doom Eternal. Well, that's nice. Shame Mike plays with a controller, so I don't really care, because it looks awful. Anytime you see someone play a first-person shooter with a controller, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I've got a controller here for all my 2D side-scrolling platformer needs. But anytime you see someone play a real first-person shooter with a controller, you can see that dip where, like, you can see that motion where the camera kind of goes, like, you can tell that they're using that stick, and it's like, ew, stop it, just stop it. Now, what I use the controller for is the pad here. You know, the little the pad is great for whatchamacallit, 2D side-scrolling platformers. I mean, even with games like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, where you do use both sticks. One stick is for aiming on a 2D plane, and the other stick is for running around, and that's fine. I actually enjoy that. But watching other people play a first-person shooter on a controller, it looks so sluggish and off-putting. So I'm used to this. You know, just being able to snap, you know, whatever I need to look at, bam, I'm looking at it. And so, after having played Doom Eternal all the way through with a mouse and keyboard, I started watching Mike play it with a controller, and I'm like, ugh, that was actual cringe moment. And I'm not talking about, you know, the meme cringe. I mean, I physically cringed. Like, watching as he was aiming and then seeing the auto-aim hitting things, because, like, with a keyboard and mouse, you don't get auto-aim. But if you're using the controller, even if you're playing on PC, the controller activates auto-aim. And you can turn auto-aim down or turn it off. But I'm watching as he's scoring hits based on auto-aim. And it's just like, that whole experience. Number one, watching how like, just his camera moved. Number one. And number two, seeing the auto-aim hits scoring. That just, like, that made me physically cringe. Because I'm just like, I can't watch this. This is distressing. Yes. He said, Microsoft released a keyboard and mouse for Xbox. Yeah. For Doom. Yep. Well, no, I get it. I understand why it might be more comfortable for you to play that way. There's a lot of people who don't have, like, actual, you know, proper mouse pad. God, this thing gets more dirty all the time. I'm gonna shake it out really quick. Anyway, I was gonna say, like, a proper mouse pad with a nice rest, and they don't have it at the right height. And all of these things combined makes the experience of using a keyboard and mouse irritating or painful for them. And they get into a situation where they just want to sit on the couch. And you can do that with a keyboard and mouse, provided you have a raised tray that you just put, you know, on the couch right there. We use it for our laptops all the time, my wife and I. And, yeah, it's just that there are tons of people who just use the wrong keyboard or mouse, or, you know, I don't know, just, and they'll complain about, oh, it hurts my hand, I can't do it. Like, yeah, because you're doing it wrong. And now, again, oh, Mithril Tonto, let's pick that up right now. Bye. You know, again, like, I have a controller, I use it all the time for retro games, 2D side-scrolling platformers, things like that. Like, I can't even consider playing a first-person game with a controller unless it's very controller-centric. And for the most part, over-the-shoulder games are pretty all-right with a controller, I find. I'm out of money. I'll have to take one of the 103,000 gold for my wagon. But we still got that Mithril Tonto, which I'm happy about. That's good. Let's buy the arrows, buy the bandages. Yes. Get out of here. Used to play Wolfenstein on the PC. Which Wolfenstein? Wolfenstein 3D. Because I actually kind of skipped over Wolfenstein 3D. I played it a little bit. I'd say 1 or 2 sessions. But then I immediately moved on to Doom. And I played a lot of Doom. And then I modded a lot of Doom. I used to make scripts and maps. Especially maps. Tons of maps. And I used to play in LAN parties and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, before we go, let's head over to the tavern and make sure we had a meal. Pretty sure I had a meal already, but we'll dive into the silver jug and just make sure. Hello, sir. Ooh. Mm-hmm. 2. Yes, invigorated by the meal. Good. Yeah. But, hey, John, good to see ya. I was gonna say, I saw someone else on as well. Missy was on as well, so the two of you both dropped off the map for a while there. Good to see ya. Alright, approach an encounter, attempt to avoid. I actually looked at your Twitch channel not too long ago, John, and you never saved any of your streams as highlights, so I wasn't able to, you know, I just determined you weren't on for a while. You're in the US? Yeah, I've been for a year now. Interesting. Are you on lockdown, or what's going on with that situation? Because, you know, we're in a precarious place right now for travel. I don't, oh boy, oh boy. I'm just thinking about the current situation, how we can, like, if they say, you gotta go home, it's like, did I really just slam into Horwich? Yeah, I slammed into the wall of Horwich. That's insane. Alright, let's head on down south here. You missed your flight and was unable to finance your return last summer. Ah. Yeah. Okay. Well, just be careful, John, because there's a lot of insanity going on right now in the world. Alright. Yes. I've already gone over a lot of things. I'd say the #1 problem I run into these days is we need skinnable animals. Because I run into tigers in the wilderness all the time, and bears, and I get nothing from them. And I run away from them now because it does not profit me to kill them in any way. It's a harrowing experience. If I could, you know, say do a Hunterborn style system where it checks against, say, I don't know, my dagger skill, or against I don't know, some particular, I don't know, even create a new skill entirely, like a hunting skill, whatever, skinning skill, doesn't matter. Point is, I would have you try to harvest the animals for bounty, like their fangs, their eyes, their organs, their, you know, their pelts, so on. And through butchering and other things. That's a werebore. Goodbye, werebore. Again, wait, I might actually be able to profit off this because we're using a loot realism mod, which means that where beasties should have a normal human's inventory. I need to stay a decent distance away though. But yeah. I'm pretty sure the loot realism mod gives them a normal humanoid inventory, despite being a werebeastie. We'll find out. Every time they move to the side, and it looks like they don't get hit, they're actually getting the arrow there. Okay, there we go. Plucked your arrows of the corpse. Nothing. See? That just gave me damage to my weapon and nothing. Nothing at all. Yep. Yeah, John, I understand. Oh, boy. Again, just keep yourself safe because, worst case scenario, they say, you gotta go home, and then they pack you full of, let's just say, virus-infected people, and fly you home, so you end up home with no place to stay and a virus that you didn't have here. Okay, stamina here. So yeah, be extra careful, John. All right. Let's see here. New change on the channel. In addition to our old Lord Woodborne and Vault Salt emotes, we also have Dagoth Wave, because Dagoth Wave, it's pretty good there. Yes. Yep, silver lining. There you go, John. That's good. I'm glad that things worked out for you in that sense, because there could be, let's just say, the scenario I imagined was a little less flowery, so it's good. It's good that things worked out for you. All right. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. This is our peasant quest. Alright, everybody. Before we go in the dungeon, and we're going to really quick make sure everything is on our wagon. And, oh yeah, and one more thing. Do keep in touch more, like when you have the option, because we were actually wondering what happened to you. You were missed. Let's put it like that. Anyway. Here we go. We are in the dungeon doing the thing. We have to find a book somewhere in this dungeon. There are giants here. There's also a tiger. We're going to shoot the tiger from a distance. Uh-huh. I say that, but I was clicking the wrong button. There we go. The tiger steps to the side, like the jerk he is. Very good. Well, yeah, when someone just drops off the map for no reason. Again, I mentioned I checked your Twitch channel and everything to see if you had posted anything. Because you don't have that many vectors of contact as far as I'm aware. Oh boy. Got a giant chasing me. Let's switch to our dagger and pray really hard. It's a short sword, but still, it does its job. Oh, jeez, that giant is murdering me. Good. Well, you say no gravity arrows, but really the arrows should be flying a lot faster than they do in-game. Think about it. The arrows should be almost instantly at their target. They shouldn't have this ridiculous flight time. It's like missiles in video games, where missiles are somehow slower than bullets. And it's like, what? What? So we have to throw realism aside, I think. Ah. Yeah, I stopped doing Facebook after, I realized how... I did some experiments to see how they were manipulating timelines and stuff, and I realized, like, this is just terrible. Like, they control what I see. And so I said, no, I'm out of Facebook. I'm permanently out of this thing. I have it for some personal, so some family member reasons, but I only use it when they will call me and say, I sent you a thing on Facebook, you know, that's when I'll log on to it. But for the most part, I avoid it. Yeah. All right. That's good. We've got a lot of areas to explore. Actually, let's go back and look at that room that had the giant. Arse book? Yeah. You'd be surprised. A lot of people in the dating space will basically go, oh, he doesn't have a Facebook profile. He's obviously some kind of stalker or some kind of terrible person because... Oh, this giant was pacified. Like, they'll immediately assume the worst of you because you don't have a Facebook. It's very interesting. Oh, the giant and the tiger are fighting. Cool. I don't have to participate. Very good. No. Yep, this said Skype is for friends. Facebook is for email. Ah. See, I use Discord and, for my real-life friends, I use straight-up, God, he's blocking it. I'm gonna have to fight him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight this giant. There's no way around it. He's in my way and he won't move, so... Alright, here we go. I was gonna say that I use an actual cell phone for real-life friends, and then for online I use Discord mostly. Twitter is something that I don't really use to communicate so much as I use for more broadcasting and laughing at things. Meme material almost. But, well, hello. These are greaves with unknown powers. We'll take those. Mithril sword to sell. That's good stuff. I'm gonna save the game really quick. And hit this. You see that? That damaged me. Look at this. Why I saved it? Yeah. Very punishing. You know, if you have low health, it will kill you in one hit. Would you recommend using Tamriel Rebuilt for a first-time Morrowind player? No, actually. For a first-time Morrowind player, I recommend only the community patch. And well, OpenMW is good. But use the community patch to fix most of the bugs and play it mostly vanilla. You can get a hit mod if you absolutely can't understand the agility system. Purists will get very pissed at you for doing this, but fuck purists, because the The hit system is terrible if you don't understand the core stat system, which is explained to you in no uncertain terms. Is not explained to you in uncertain terms. It basically just says, oh, you know, this helps you govern your ability to hit. It's actually critical that you put points in agility early on, otherwise you won't hit anything ever. So, yeah, Morrowind is kind of dumb in that sense. So, yeah. Alright. Yeah, Tamriel Rebuilt is something I'd recommend for your second playthrough after you've acclimated yourself to navigating in Morrowind. That's what I'd put. Run Faster mod? Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. Well, actually, I wouldn't recommend a Run Faster mod. Kermit, thanks for subscribing. Was gonna say, I recommend that, yeah, okay, so my recommendations are as follows. Community patch, or the Morrowind patch project, whatever you want to call it, and a mod to, like, a sprinting and stamina mod. And what that means is while you're running, your stamina doesn't go down. And that will make the game feel better. Yeah, just get sprinting and stamina and the Morrowind patch, and just then make sure agility is your main thing there. But, as far as Tamriel Rebuilt goes, no, I do not recommend it to a first-time player. I recommend it highly to, like, every subsequent playthrough you do ever. But, for the first-time play, stay focused on the fundamentals of Morrowind. Alright. Have a good one, John. Okay. Yeah, so somewhere in this dungeon there's a book. And I will have to find... I have a locator device which can work and find the book, but I have to have mapped out a certain amount of the dungeon for it to work. Also, I won't get another locator device if I use it. That's the unfortunate reality. Jeez. Because, it's entirely based on the archaeologists, and I'm not at a point where I can get locator devices. I only get them as a part of a quest, so I only have an extra locator device if I finish an archaeologist quest and then promptly not use the locator device in it, which is difficult in some of the larger dungeons. But yeah, some of the puzzles in these dungeons, because remember, they're randomly assigned, and they don't have a difficulty assignment set to them. They're just, like, you could get a level 1 Fighters Guild quest, which is behind, like, in a very, very difficult dungeon puzzle. And you'll scratch your head going, this doesn't make sense. And it's really a kind of dungeon puzzle that should be reserved for, like, a 5-star quest. There is no star system. I'm making this up on the fly, but it should be reserved for, like, a top-tier quest. And you'll be getting those frequently when you should be getting smaller dungeons for easier quests, whereas, you know, if you're sent to kill an ancient lich, well, maybe having the ancient lich behind a gigantic dungeon puzzle is okay. You know, at that point, it doesn't matter too much. But, you know, I find it like the type of quest should influence the dungeon placement, I guess. And that's something that isn't done in this. Like, an ordinary book this peasant is looking for shouldn't be behind a teleport maze in a trap door that is halfway through the teleport maze and not completely through the teleport maze, you know? Like, it should just be sitting in a room, you know, somewhere close to the entrance. Maybe in a treasure vault. I don't know. Don't care too much. Let's see. Come on. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Like, I'm okay with the current system of dungeon generation. I'm just not okay with, like, the low-level peasant quests connecting to these things. I find that to be, oh, jeez. And there's a gargoyle. Hello. Hello, Mr. Gargoyle. Goodbye. Damn it. I was really hoping to, and we got another giant. Goodbye. Okay. I'm gonna sprint away. Loop around here. Well, the gargoyle hasn't quite reached me, so this is fine. Where are we going now? We've been to a bunch of places. Running away from giants and gargoyles, of course. Nothing in here. A giant just died. The gargoyle probably killed it, which is fine. I am a-okay with that. Actually, hello, Mr. Giant. I don't want to fight you, so I'm just gonna... Oh, no! Ugh, took some damage there. We're back at the dungeon entrance. Okay. This is fine. Let's put stuff away. How's my Tonto? My Tonto's used. We'll go, nah, we'll keep everything as is. Put this away. Short shirt. That away. Thinking about what else we need. Yeah, keep putting everything away. 885. Should be fine now. Let's rest for a moment. That's better. Save the game. Let's climb back up. Can't wait to be fighting. Climb! We're Spider-Man, like the Doomslayer. Okay, Mr. Giant. Now, you can't jump this gap, so... Pretty sure I can just shoot you until you die, provided you don't somehow have incredible evasive skills. You see, this is how you make a truly evasive foe. You make him do this. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Yep. Much pain. Much archery. Okay, hello, sir. Oh, come on. Another one? Just giant after giant after giant. And the best part is, this area, non-optional. Right. Oh, giants on both sides. That's nice. That's nice. The AI was slightly upgraded. They don't get stuck against things anymore. They, when I say stuck against things, I mean if there's a way around. Like, if there was an open area, he would walk around this. They have the... In vanilla game, they just walk against the wall until they reached you, somehow. In this, they'll actually try to... You see the way he's going back and he's kind of trying to turn around? That's the Daggerfall Unity AI telling him, okay, try to go around, try to go around, try to go around. And it's not working, of course, because there's no around to be had. But it's still an improvement over the vanilla game. Of course, you can turn that stuff on and off using the not mod configuration menu, the launcher menu. You don't have to have this super advanced AI that dodges all the time. You absolutely don't have to have that. So, yeah. If you don't want to, there is no requirement. So, yes, exactly. Raising the difficulty in Skyrim makes the enemies damage sponges. It's why I use Wildcat almost every time, which, as you turn up the difficulty, you take more damage, they take more damage. So it actually makes fights end faster. Alright, let's see here. Bethesda did a thing. What did Bethesda do? Oh, okay, so Bethesda's just celebrating... Bethesda's just celebrating the Elder Scrolls 1. Yeah. That's all they're doing. Is there a wildcat for Oblivion? I'm sure there's a something for Oblivion. I'm sure there's a something. Good. All right. Let's see it here. Okay. Let's move on. So, this whole area is a dead end. Well, I honestly don't think that Bethesda should push for anniversary releases at all. I don't think that's necessary or even helpful. However, there are multiple problems with, like, look at Nintendo and how they didn't even acknowledge Metroid's anniversary one year. And AM2R came out and just, like, swept everything away. And then it's like, but don't you see, they announced a Samus Returns game. That didn't understand the spirit of Metroid at all. It's absolutely a fun game in its own right, but it gets the atmosphere of Metroid completely wrong, Samus Returns. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love pretty much everything Metroid other than Other M, you know? So, it's just that, unfortunately, we're in a situation where Metroid is a neglected franchise. Bethesda's not neglecting their franchises necessarily, but what they are doing is they are looking at them more cynically than they ever have before, at least the company as a whole. And it's more along the lines of, you know, well, we gotta put out a Fallout in the middle so people don't forget about the Fallout. This will be an ongoing live service that'll keep people engaged. Fallout money maker. Oh, that giant just killed the gargoyle. Interesting. Well, we killed him, so that's good. Pluck my arrows out of the corpse. They've got a lot of places to look now. Jeez. Yeah, there's a lot of places to look at. What the hell is that? Oh, that's a flame that's rendering. It's this flame. It's funny. Okay. Just a tweet to celebrate it? Yeah. Hey, at least it's not a tabletop game. Based, that's actually a ripoff of another Wizards of the Coast property. Straight up plagiarism. Oh boy, those people got fired. I don't know for sure that they got fired, but I'm pretty sure those people got fired. I'm just saying. If the company is at all like a normal company, then those people who came up with the Elder Scrolls tabletop module are no longer working for the company because they straight up just used a word, like a find and replace tool for some of the names. And stole a Wizards of the Coast campaign. Oh boy. Don't you see? This is very Elder Scrolls. Oh boy. Okay. It takes place in Elsewhere, don't you understand? Sure it does. Sure it does. Yeah, I'd rather people not cobble together an event at the last moment, because the lack of polish will show. Said modders stole the Elder King's idea. Which modders? Which modders stole Elder King's idea? Unless you mean the Elder King's modders stole the idea from other people, in which case that doesn't matter because they're modders. Yeah. Here's the problem. When you are an official company selling products, you are held to a higher standard than fanworks, which are free, and how do I put this? The the official works that you're producing are actually, they can get you in trouble. Like, real trouble for straight-up copyright infringement and profiting off of, like, any sales that you get as a result of that marketing that has been illegally done. Technically, they could probably ask for that in damages. I'm just saying, there's a lot of, there's a lot of money on the line when you have a company, like, let's assume that, the company, you know, the Once Lost Games were to straight up steal some Elder Scrolls stuff, and I don't just mean the idea of it. I mean just straight up, like, grab the campaign for Oblivion and put it into a tabletop module as a way to promote their own thing. Yeah, you said fantasy was stolen from Tolkien? No. A lot of it was, but not all of it. In fact, Dungeons & Dragons elves have very little to do with Tolkien's elves. And the Lord of the Rings movies, they use a completely different style of elves from Tolkien's original elves. Like, the Lord of the Rings movies only have a casual relationship to the Tolkien's works. Yes, exactly. Tolkien pulled from myths. I was going to say, Tolkien was actually somewhat of a historian. He put ungodly amounts of time into his work. And, yeah, you have to respect what he created. And, I mean, we can say that all those people stole their material from H.P. Lovecraft. Well, first of all, Lovecraft created an actual open source, like, mythos that he encouraged other people to use. So, it's more of him giving and less, you know, stealing.